Peace. This is the enemy's public. I'm Bro.Nasir. We're going to chop it up. We're going to chop it up on some serious topics. Have my brother here, who's a major contributor to the enemy's public. He's a partner of mine. You know, we do this thing together, and we just getting a hold of and getting a hang of doing the live. So, Brother Kyrie, can you please introduce yourself to the listening audience?
Yes, sir. This is Brother Kyrie from the Enemy Republic. I salute you.
Yes, sir. Salute, sir.
Yes, sir. And it's an honor to be amongst the family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. To this evening's topic is a question. Did did the authorities aid and abet white domestic terrorists and lawlessness, um, domestic terrorism, and insurrection? We're going to start with that question, and we'll build on that. What I'm talking about is the event that took place when Trump loyalists stormed and breached the Capitol building while they were convening at the House, counting the votes and confirming President-elect Biden's presidency. Can we elaborate on that, brother?
Yes, sir. I mean,
Did they aid and abet?
yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And one of the things they have that I've heard said oft times and repeated a lot nowadays is the worst thing they ever could have did was put a camera and a mic in front of a person because now we see everything and everything that we've seen in the past couple of days.
Yes, sir.
If this took place, brother,
Brother,
I
can you
seen
turn your TV
police
down?
officers.
I see your TV.
Yes, sir.
Turn your TV down.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Is that better, brother?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Continue.
I've seen officers pretty much escorting them into the building,
Yes. I see them opening barricades.
bruh. Seen them escorting them right to the building, pushing them so they can get in and get through to
Nice.
the building,
Yes, sir. Yes,
assisting
sir.
them. I've seen them, those that were on top of the step, I seen them assisting and helping them down the step like they were old women and old ladies, making sure that they get down without falling.
Mm.
President, the president-elect of 2016 actually went to all his social media accounts and asked them to meet him there. There's no way, absolutely no way that they didn't know that this was going to take place and happen when all these media outlets were showing you and telling you that this was going to take place. And all they took it was as, oh, that's just Trump. He just talking. But he got the highest seat in the land.
Yes.
And there are those that's been fighting and pushing for him to be reelected for a long time. The the things we always talked about in our conversations when me and you be on the phone and we're just conversing on current affairs and things that's taking place. We always said, man, that Trump was the actual. He is what majority of America thinks.
Yes. In the flesh.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Go back
Yes,
over
sir. Now, in
there.
past courses, that included black people. We went and obtained permits. We obtained permits, okay?
Yeah.
And the police and the National Guards and the Secret Service was on deck, on standby during our peaceful protests. Why did they have such a shortage of authorities there to curtail and control that, you know, insurrection that went on Wednesday?
Well, they like to try to say that it's a double standard. And I guess you can say that to a degree, but I like to call it, there ain't no standard. It's only one standard, and that's their standard.
Yes, sir.
We never had anything that even came close to them respecting what they call rights. Rights were all just made for them.
Yes.
They weren't made for us. They were made for us to obey and follow. And if you get out of place, this is what's going to take place and happen.
Yes, sir.
And what we got was a prime example of that Wednesday.
Yes. How privileged do you have to be able to scale the walls of the Capitol building and not get shot down off it like we would if we did it?
Well, they have the complexion for the protection, brother. And
Yes,
if you
sir.
didn't see that and understand that, then I don't know what else is going to take for us to wake up.
Yes,
I
sir.
really.
Yes, sir. If black people had stormed any building in America, not only the Capitol building, we would have been slaughtered, brother. How did they get so deep into the building to actually go into where they were convening? You know how far you have to get in to go to where they were at? Yes, sir. Answer the question, beloved.
Ooh, I
Yes,
know.
sir.
That's because they work and are part of the system.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes, sir.
easy how they got in there.
Yes, sir.
Police officers, judges, senators, presidents, lawmakers,
Yes, sir.
lawyers, psychologists, aides,
Yes, sir.
security guards. Bruh, that's just
They
them without the.
loyalists to Trump, right?
Absolutely, brother. Because
Um,
you see all ilks of them.
was it unpreparedness or was it straight up incompetence and them being in cahoots with what was going on as far as law enforcement and authorities?
The latter part of your answer.
Yes, sir. That's what I believe too, because a lot of people are using the there's a lot of people are using they're using the they were unprepared narrative. When we go and get permits, when Black Lives Matter, even though I don't subscribe to that, when I'm just gonna say when black people are protesting the murders of our people are on deck as far as authorities and National Guard and Capitol Police. Like, for instance, brother, when we had the Million Man March, October 16, 1995, every agency known to man was there
Absolutely.
to really hope that we were cut up so they can slaughter us, so they can kill us. You know what I
This is
mean?
true.
Um, the criteria that they use as domestic terrorists or terrorists, we can use that with them. Okay, they said we're terrorists when we're doing peaceful protest. You know, they send their teaching provocateurs in to stir up trouble and make our marches other than what we intended them to be. And if we were to rewind back to January 6, 2021, that's insurrection, that's terrorism. Yet, I'm saying that for the sake of argument because that's what they call us. Okay?
Yes, sir.
But, you know, we're called thugs when we're mourning the loss of a loved one. Okay? Now, I'm not frightened because I see it a different way than other people see it. A lot of people are frightened. They're saying it's anarchy and you know people who want nearness to our enemy is calling it their democracy being threatened and all this other foolishness. But when Satan cast out Satan, I don't get angry, I don't get scared, I get rejoiceful. I mean, the event that happened the other day, how do you feel about it in totality? Just let us know. How you feel about it in totality, brother?
Well, I seen a post. I seen a post earlier today on. I seen a post earlier today on a social media platform, and when I seen it, it made me laugh and almost chuckle. When I seen it, because the way I felt about it was, well, I'm here at home, brother, with some popcorn, nice cold root beer soda,
Yes, sir.
and I'm watching, as you just mentioned, Satan cast out Satan. They are giving their own blood to drink right now.
Yes,
Remember
sir.
when they said years ago when Malcolm was around that this is the hate that hate produced, and then they
Yeah.
tried to reoccur it and bring it back again with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This is the
Yes.
hate produced. I believe it was the Emergence magazine or something. And, no,
Emerge.
not the
Yes.
Emergence. Time. It was Emerge and Time magazine.
Yes, both. Yes.
That had him as some kind of a vilifier because he was just speaking truth to power and speaking who they are. So when you see that, and I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, how can I be upset and angry at someone? This is the analogy, as someone who's been raping me. Both of them been doing the same thing to me, but they're now angry at each other because of the position that the other one had me.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to be upset.
Yes,
And
sir.
that's why this is the time for us, man, to be able to escape and get away.
Yes. Yes. I mean, when both of your races are at each other, you don't break that fight up.
For
You don't
what?
get you don't get between that.
No, sir.
You don't get between that. Now, some of our people have faith in American politics. You know, they're scared and they're calling it. They're using our democracy is threatened, and Cory Booker said we brought it on ourselves. We, brother. He's gonna put himself in that. We brought it on ourselves. No, they brought it on themselves, not we. I don't understand why do our people want nearness to this open and consistent enemy of ours. It's like getting on a ship that you know gonna sink.
Big brother, I would prefer to use the pronoun they instead of we.
Yes.
Pronoun they better suits and fits. This is
Yes,
what
sir.
they produced, what they created, brother. They brought us here over
Yes, sir.
40.
Indeed.
They put us in the condition that we're in today.
Yes, sir.
They are the ones that's mad at themselves in storming that capital.
Yes. Yes. In all actuality, brother, they can do it in every capital, in every state in this country, and I wouldn't give a damn.
Bruh. They say they intend to. And
Well,
well, all the states that all the swing states or that cost him quote unquote the election.
yes. Yes.
So, I'll be watching because I know that this movie is gonna have a sequel to it.
Yes.
And I'm waiting to see it. So
Indeed.
I got me some popcorn I brought from my sister in law. Some old fancy popcorn she got.
Okay.
I was helping
Flavors.
I was helping support. It's like some old chocolate and
Yeah, come in the
caramel.
can.
Like that. Yeah. So I got two of them. You know what I mean? I got me some. This time I got some Stewart's cream and orange cream in the
Orange.
refrigerator. Yeah, I'm gonna sit back, man, and watch it
Yes,
because
sir.
this is what's been happening and taking place, and it's been a build up. And did they think that out of all the wrong that they've done in all the places that they went, raped, pillaged, ravished, took, stole
Don't
from
forget
others,
murder.
that it wasn't murder, rape,
Yes.
that it wasn't going to come back on them?
Yes, sir.
You know, the
Yes, sir.
Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us, man, that great, noble, and wonderful human being
Yes, sir.
taught us, brother, that biblically and Quranically, that every nation has its turn.
Yes.
And this nation's time and this turn is singing now. This is the
Yes.
beginning. Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us in his Savior's Day address 2020 that this is the unraveling of a nation.
Fact.
Right?
Fact. He did.
First came the pandemic,
Sir.
plandemic,
Plan.
pan and plan, because as they plan, we know God plans, and for surely God is the best of plans.
Yes, sir. It panned out, right? Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. And it's panning out. And then
Yes,
on
sir.
top of that, this guy and his shenanigans has only enlighten the public of those that were unaware or
Yes.
failed to be aware, see and understand that this is what they've always thought and wanted to do and execute, but now he's here. As you said before, brother, there's no coincidence that he's named Trump.
Yes, sir.
He's King and it's Trump, and he's blowing the trumpet of the unrighteousness and everything that's being seen.
Exactly. He's the what they'll call the Trump,
Yes, sir.
sounding off the noise because the ignorant among us thought that we were in a post-racial society, and we were lulled to sleep by Barack Obama
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and Donald Trump woke us up and let us know that we're not living in a post-racial society. And to those who don't think that what is what they get with white people, you're fooling yourself.
Yes, sir.
The evil that you see them doing in real time is real. And
Yes,
we
sir.
are the underlined reason for it. Now, you will see white people getting bent out of shape when they know. Now, for instance, wearing the mask, social
Mm-hmm.
distancing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the criteria or the mandates of this so-called pandemic. Their problem is they're put on the level with black people. They have to obey the same regulations and rules that black people have to do, and it drives them crazy. Now,
Yes,
I
sir.
remember the conversation we had earlier in the week, and you said, and I was talking about how white people, when they're pulled over by the police, they do what they call owning the police, you know,
Mm.
throwing their rights in their faces and saying, okay, throwing the penal code up in their faces of that state and doing some type of audit. Those are their rights. They're their rights. And we have some of our people thinking we can do the same thing. We can't do the same thing. I
No, sir.
remember what you said to me about the rights that we have, the
Yes,
two
sir.
that we have. And it stuck with me. It was a eureka moment, one of the many that I had in conversation with you. Can you give us that right, brother?
Hmm.
The right you said we had, brother. I shared it with brother Chris, who's in the chat. I shared it with him. Peace, beloved. Peace, brother Bronze Flat Power King. Peace to both of the
Yeah,
kings.
brothers, man, salute. We salute you.
Salute to both of you.
Oh, brother, the only rights that we have, brother, are universal and a natural law. And that law is the right of self-preservation, which
Yes,
is
sir.
to defend ourselves, brother.
Sir. Yes, sir.
If we don't do that, and if we can't see that by now, then you might as well claim yourself insane.
Yes, sir. We try to attempt to exercise all those other rights. The main rights that we should be exercising, we don't defend ourselves. We
So,
allow people to aggress us violently, and any aggression we shouldn't allow. Our personal space, people walking up to us, feeling like they can walk up to us and tell us what to do, and we don't defend that right. We don't exercise that right.
No, we
And
don't.
it's going back to the over mentality that a lot of them have.
Yes, sir.
They think, like, if you, like, say you on a job, you have a person that is everywhere you go, you have to check somebody. You have a person that all they did was been there longer,
Hmm.
okay? And they feel like they can tell you what to do, not show you how to do things to suffice you as far as doing your job efficiently. They feel like they can automatically tell you what to do, like like they pay you.
Hmm.
Like the so-called Karens,
Yes, sir.
stopping brothers and sisters and trying to tell them what to do, or if you don't capitulate, they use their modern day whip.
Hmm.
And the modern day whip is their cell phone. They call the police.
Yes, sir.
That's what the modern day whip is, the cell phone. They call the police on you and hoping that you will be either arrested, severely beaten, or worse, murdered. That's the modern day way.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how my people, our people, we don't take us uniting as a people, our own nation, as opposed to here in search of the so-called American dream, because it's been a nightmare to us.
Fact. Fact. See, we got to get out of that mind frame and mindset that we want to unite, but we want to unite and integrate into a system that's dying and burning out.
Good. Yes, sir. Like Brother Chris would say, that part.
Yes, sir. We gotta be. We have to be more concerned with wanting for you what I want for myself, for you what I
Yes,
want for
sir.
ourselves, and getting
Yes, sir.
together and joining on to others that want to do the same for them.
Indeed.
Instead of always trying to incorporate somebody else into what it is that we're trying to do and what we're trying to build. Let us iron out our differences amongst ourselves instead of bringing somebody else in to adjudicate or to tell us how something should be done.
I don't understand why we fall for that trick today, because COINTELPRO, brother, they have sent people in to actually, when we had so-called organizations, what they are today, they were turned into that. They wasn't that originally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Even the so-called
Gangs.
gang,
Yeah.
because a lot of
Mhm.
the agents returned from overseas, they were assigned to gangs,
Yes, sir.
and they were sent to organize our brothers and sisters and neutralize the organization, because the organization were actual threats to our enemies. Good for
To the
us.
establishment.
Yes, sir. But threats to our
to the
enemy.
establishment.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
So
let's take that theory and let's work it a little bit. The Panther Party, when they first was established and they came out, they had all kind of programs that was in Los Angeles and places, man, that was giving back and doing for the community.
yes, sir.
They were taking care of their own, but they was a threat to the establishment. Why? Because big black Negro was standing up, had weapons, and wanted to do something for itself and didn't want them inside of his business. So they had to eliminate and get rid of them.
Yes, sir.
So they sent those in to dismantle and get rid of it. And then they brought drugs in to get those hooked on it in order to make them fight. And with the gangs, when they came in, they pit them against each other and made them fight and want to war against each other and took them out of their own purpose. And once the damage was done, they left like they did nothing.
Yes, sir. They always do that, brother.
Yeah.
Do that. They go somewhere, act like they're doing something noble. Place
Mm-hmm.
end up in ruins. The place end up in ruins, and they act like they had nothing to do with the place ending up in ruins.
Yes, sir.
Like everywhere they go across the world, it ends up with America being a colonizer.
Mm-hmm.
They say they're going for a noble cause, like
Mm-hmm.
for instance, fighting terrorism, but they never give you a criteria of what a terrorist is. We saw it the other day, though,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because sure, the people who they bomb back to the Stone Age are terrified. They go to people's nations, but they tell us to get. When I say us, I mean the people in America, not me, because I don't believe a damn thing they say. But they tell the American people that they're going to save people, or they even going to feed people. If you feed people, if I'm hungry, you don't need an AR-15 to make me eat.
Talk to me.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm hungry, you don't need that gun. You can bring the food and I'll eat. You don't have to force me. Yet they can't even keep their hands off their own women in the military.
Come on.
How many women, young women, was murdered last year, found murdered because they went and filed charges against military personnel?
Because they were violated. Absolutely.
How
Absolutely.
many?
Absolutely, buddy. Uncountable.
So
You know what I'm saying? It's
I don't
uncountable.
I don't fret. I don't get upset when the flag is near to my oppressor's reign. I don't get upset about that. Because for one, what took place in DC at the Capitol building, the underlying reason is us.
Yes, sir.
Us.
Yes, sir.
You can see the anger and how tired they are of us.
Yes, sir.
If we are being like that loyal dog, you hit it with a shoe, you don't feed it, you don't pay no attention to it, but if somebody attack you, that dog will still go after him.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
That's us.
Loyal to a fault, brother.
Yes.
To your own detriment. Loyal to your own
And
detriment.
the way they did that on Wednesday, I just say we have to start reevaluating how we do stuff. Put it that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How we Because we don't do that when we're protesting our loved ones being murdered. And they talk about black people being, I'm gonna start with Colin Kaepernick. They talked about he being disrespectful to the flag because he's kneeling and not standing while they do the Star Spangled Banner. And these insurrectionists, they cut the American flag down and they raised the Trump. And I'm just like, wow. But they're gonna talk about us being disrespectful to the American flag. How disrespectful is that?
Brother. It's, you know, I'm not surprised. I'm not I'm not I'm not fooled. I'm really not concerned.
No.
But you know, it's funny. And when you speak and say that we need to we need to reevaluate the way that we do things, I think my humble judgment and opinion is that we don't the protest of that strain is done with. It should be
Yes,
over.
sir.
Why protest that way? I'd rather protest silently, but do more
Mm.
to get things done that we need to get done. And
Yes,
those
sir.
things that we get done is things that me and you do together and me and you talk about instead of letting everybody know what it is. See, because the way that we did those protests was we go down to the police station and get a permit to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue.
It's not a protest, brother. The protest really to me, my sentiments of protest is um being disobedient.
Bro, you see
What,
my
we,
face.
what you don't want me to do, I'm doing.
Bro, you see my face, right?
Yes, sir.
I ain't said nothing after we go down to the police station to get a permit to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue over something that I'm pissed off about the way that the government is doing. So I'm going to alert you and let
Yes, sir.
you know
Then I'm coming.
I'm pissed off that I'm coming to you.
In our case, brother, in our case, why would we go to our enemy's brother expecting him to do something about his brother's behavior? Makes absolutely
Yeah,
no sense.
no sense. That's what we did in the Civil War. That's what the Civil War was about.
That's what all our protest is about. A
We
Caucasian
ran from
kills
the South. We ran from the South. We ran from the South to come to the North because of the abuse that we was going through in the North. Who did we run to?
his brother. It's like
Brothers, his cousins,
what's
his
taking place
uncles, his
now.
father.
What's taking place now, though?
Same thing,
You
brother.
you said something to me, you know, that inspired me to do a video.
Yeah, yeah,
You said
yeah.
I see you in 4 years, and I hope you all get what you
Brother,
was for.
absolutely everything that you ask for, I hope that you get. And I'm gonna wait for the 4 years to be up because everything is playing out just the way that I suspect that it would.
Yep. And Biden is not going to do anything about our condition because, for one, It's not Biden's job. First. And those who tell us that we should vote because of just to get Trump out and just put somebody equally as bad in, it makes no sense to me. Because Biden is he's a back person. He's back. Trump is chest. Trump stab you in the chest. He's straight up, outly, you know, a piece of crap, racist. And Biden is the type that'll stab you in the back. Yet he's coming out and being the same kind of person Trump is, because when he had the interview with Charlemagne the God, when Charlemagne mentioned 94 crime bill, Charlemagne mentioned what he's going to do for black people, he had a sudden schedule conflict.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He got about
started getting too hot in there.
yes, and he's the same kind of person. He and Kamala Harris are jailers. He's one of the authors of the 94 crime bill, and Kamala Harris is one who actually, she damn sure used it.
Well, you know, right now with everything that has just taken place and happening, and them coming into office, they're going to have to show and prove and manifest it now.
Yeah.
Because there are some things now that they really have to consider and deal with. When your own brother is coming against you to fight you, and you are supposed to be so-called trying to curtail an event that's been taking place to your less fortunate and to your once slave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's, you know, it's like, you know, I don't buy the symbolic gestures. I don't buy it. Because everything we got from American politics or their politicians is always symbolic. It's nothing tangible that we can actually grab and say, okay, this is something of substance. It's always symbolic. Absolutely. And
absolutely,
they'll give an individual not necessarily something tangible. It's always trinkets.
Mm-hmm.
Like take, you know, your favorite person, you know, Roland Martin. You know, he gets highly upset when people talk about why should we vote. And, you know, he said that he didn't trust he didn't trust Republicans. He can't trust Republicans, as if Democrats are any different. He said that yesterday. He don't trust Republicans.
Same bird, brother, different wing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, neither one of them can be trusted.
No.
But as you said earlier, they both have been raping us.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yep.
Why would you? Okay, we had this talk. I guess one of them, when it comes to some of these stupid Negroes, I guess one of those rapists are more gentle.
Yeah.
I guess one of them more gentle, brother.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is when it comes to when your rapists are fighting amongst each other. It's your chance to escape. Why would you break their fight up? Let them destroy each other.
Let them have at it. While they're doing what they're doing, that gives me a clear shot and a clear path to get at it.
Yeah. Or I could pick something up and knock the
And
damn
do
head
away
off.
with both of them. And do away with both of them.
Some of us want to involve ourselves in the madness.
Well, that old adage that they used to always say is is we all going together, Master? Is you hurt, we hurt, Master?
Yeah, that we sick thing, huh?
Yeah, we say.
Some of
No,
our
you
people
too. I ain't
have
none.
faith. Some of our people really have faith in American politics, brother. You know,
We've been
get caught in the
we've been so
theatrics, get caught in
conditioned.
the theater.
Brother, we've been so conditioned, man. This whole system of things, man, has to be totally dismantled. And 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 the supreme being, brother, is sure having his way, man, with turning this thing on its heels right
Yes, sir.
now. All we're seeing is, for starters, we're seeing things that's happening inside the mindset of people because it's starting to change over. Because the one slave and Negro is not so sleep anymore.
Yes. Yes.
He's awakening. And the man of sin is being revealed. Or the man of lawlessness is being revealed. And you're
Wow.
starting to see who it is.
Because they've been saying it's us.
Yeah, yeah.
They've been saying it's us.
And this here was the highest form of law.
Yes, sir. I mean, those fools were yelling 1776, brother. I saw a video where a Caucasian woman was hitting the window, yelling Antifa. But Antifa, they claim that is a unlawful black organization. But she was yelling at when she was hitting the window trying to get in the Capitol building. Antifa, Antifa, Antifa. But they always think Antifa was there to start and stir up trouble at our peaceful protest. We wasn't there on Wednesday.
Nah.
I saw one sister in the middle of that crowd, but she looked like she was working.
Mm.
The one who hooked the white girl, caught her with the left hook.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one of us I've seen.
Brother. And if they were there, very few in number. But there was always some of our brethren
Yes,
that
sir.
always wanted to be nearer and closer to our oppressor for whatever apparent reason. I haven't figured it out.
Yes, sir.
It's always been that way.
It's a few Trump black loyalists. It's a few.
Yeah. I
I
mean, we
seen them,
are.
but as far as like, brother, not say far few between, is you can hardly see them. You can hardly see them. So we could enough. It was not enough to say that we was there. Put it that way.
Yeah, we weren't there, brother.
We
That
wasn't
wasn't
there.
us. You can clearly see who was in charge and who was running that movement.
Exactly.
And that definitely was.
They want to make us think that, okay, black people, we're the thugs, okay, we're the one who engage in lawlessness. They always throw these racial statistics up saying that we are 13% of the population and we commit over 80% of the crimes. What was our representation on Wednesday? Less than 1%.
Yeah, we wasn't even a fraction out there, brother.
Exactly. But this is over taking a L, not protesting something that happened to somebody. Nobody was hurt. You are protesting somebody losing a damn election, and you went and you did all that.
Your team lost the Super Bowl? Really? And this is what you do?
Yes, sir.
Because you got beat at basketball. You took your ball and said, we can't play no more. I'm shutting the court down because
they tore the stadium down because they lost.
Bruh, I'm closing the courts. Can't nobody play nothing because we didn't win.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is bully tactics, man. You do as I tell you to do. Not what we got in place for you. You do what I tell you to do.
Indeed. Yes, sir.
You know, seeing the issue with the president that's in the seat now is that, you know, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it clearly, and he's 100% correct and right. He wants to be a king.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Nothing is supposed to go above and past him and allow. He's supposed to be able to reign over everything. There's no checks and balances that this quote unquote country is supposed to be about. You know, Senate, representative, judicial system, executive system. It's supposed to have checks and balances so that way the presidency can't have that kind of power as a king and a ruler. That's what they ran from and got here.
Yes, sir.
No, they ran from that.
He don't want patriots. He want loyalists.
He want peasants.
Exactly. Really, that's a better word. Peasants.
He want peasants.
That's how you treat people, like they're dispendable. Now, the only person that he did not get rid of his whole entire cabinet was the person he couldn't get rid of. And it was the vice president. Everybody else may as well put a revolving door on the front of the White House because it's the most unstable cabinet in the history of America, brother. And I love it. And I love it.
Exposing everything.
And I love it. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that Donald Trump also, not only is the unraveling of America, he's peeling back the onion. He also said that.
Yeah.
You know, the layers, all the layers. And he's exposing everything. Because what he's doing out in the opening, Donald Trump, is what they always have been doing in so-called secrecy.
Absolutely.
Donald Trump just do it out in the opening.
You pull the cover off.
Yes, sir. In cahoots with other nations.
What I like about him is because he's overt. What his boys and them that's coming behind them is covert. They like to do it under cover and keep you blinded from what's really going on and taking place. But he's letting it all out there. He is over the top.
Yes, sir. I mean, I can get with I can get with knowing somebody coming for me than thinking he's a friendly and he gonna shoot me in the back. You know,
Yes, sir.
he that's Biden. Biden's gonna be the one who shoot the ones who have faith in him in the back because I didn't commit that crime, brother Kyrie.
Well,
I
he
didn't
already
commit that.
exhibited that. He
I didn't
exhibited
vote.
that.
I'm saying I didn't vote. You didn't commit that crime. I didn't commit that crime.
No, sir.
That's a crime against our people when you go out, especially when now the clip that Roland Martin played earlier about all these people knew how Donald Trump is and how he was. You saw it today, right? All these different
Yeah.
politicians knew how Donald Trump was. We
Yeah.
can make the same exact damn footage and video about Roland Martin, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, all these politicians that know how Biden is.
Mm-hmm.
When Kamala Harris was running for president, our people got her out of there because we don't had no faith in her. She's there because she was picked by Biden. But we didn't want her. We didn't want her. Okay? Yet, when Biden was the nominee, all these Negroes started jumping on the bandwagon because they want positions, i.e. Roland Martin, because they were on Kamala Harris's bandwagon. But we got her out of there. Black media, people that were our people on YouTube and black media who was saying, look, she's not for us, and started revealing some of the things she did as far as like her prosecuting people, her putting mothers in jail because their children were truants and stuff like that, and then laughing at it, and then she pulled the information to see people. She did things like that as a public servant.
Mm-hmm.
When we expose that as black media, she didn't get no support to the point that she had to fall out of the competition for the office. Now, she got picked by Biden, and now all of them are on his bandwagon, knowing how he is.
Right.
Same as all those people that he showed, he knew and he knows how Biden is. He know Biden wrote the 94 crime bill with Bill Clinton. He knows this.
Yeah.
It's footage out with Biden calling us niggas. It's footage out that I believe we was listening to when he was basically punishment for crack cocaine and raw cocaine based on status and proximity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember him saying, I believe it was Tariq who played the footage.
Yeah.
He based it on he said cocaine is harmless, crack cocaine is harmful. But it wasn't based on what the drug will do to you. It's based on whether you're in a mansion in Beverly Hills as opposed to the hood. That's how, and that's how they wrote the law. They wrote the law like that.
Yeah.
And if you look at the 94 crime bill, I mean, to sum it up, you said it earlier. The war on drugs was a war on black people.
Absolutely.
You said that earlier.
Absolutely. Because if you got caught if you got caught with it in a bag and not packaged, it was considered recreational, not over a certain quantity. But if it was capsulated, as does crack cocaine comes, then it was considered you was a drug dealer, peddler, paraphernalia charges and all that came behind it. And if
Yes,
you
sir.
had the same amount as if you had without it being packaged, one is recreational. One was recreational, and the other was kingpin.
Yes, sir. It was only based on race. It was based on race and where you were at.
Absolutely,
But
absolutely.
how do the tables turn? Mr. Biden's son is a crackhead. His son's a crackhead.
Mr. Chris
You know it's
Christie,
for a fact.
Mr. Chris
Just
Christie.
over crack. Now your son's a crackhead.
Mhm.
Mm.
So now you're talking about that being on drugs doesn't award you award you and have you have you looked at as criminal, but what it's doing is having you as being addicted and getting rehabilitated.
Yes, sir. Chris just
So now
joined
it's a
us.
disease.
Chris. Chris
Peace,
just
brother Chris.
joined.
Shout out to y'all,
Salute,
brothers.
brother.
Brother
What's
Chris,
going
peace
on?
out to you,
Salute,
brother.
salute, salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Glad you can join us, big brother.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here with y'all, brother.
Yes, sir.
Anything to ruin a brother's life and have him incarcerated because that's Biden's thing. Because he's going to say it's law and order, but we know what it is. It's not law and order.
Yeah, it's crazy.
War on drugs. Go ahead,
Like
brother
after,
Chris.
like after I heard that Biden and that Biden ran that bill, and it was I mean I heard about it for a while, but it stuck to me because a lot of people that I knew and I was seeing was voting for Biden. And I was just like, wow, you just don't know.
Some of it did it knowingly, though,
That's true.
because it was put out there a long time ago
Mm-hmm.
that he wrote the 94 crime bill and videos and everything, but some of them did it knowingly. You know what kind of crime that is against your people when you do that knowingly?
Right.
I mean, Brother Kyrie, we talked months ago. He said, I don't commit crimes like that against my people.
Right.
And I said the last time I voted, it was for, I think, Fantasia or Ruben Studdard, one of them.
Yeah.
Last time I voted.
You see, but we got to be careful when we look at these things too, man, because this was for that particular party. It was strategic
Yes,
because
sir.
the reason why they did it was, I mean, and people can't even give you a clear reason for why they did. I said, so tell me, why? If you can give me a reason why I should vote for them, if you can give me a reason why I can vote for them, why I should vote for them, then I might consider it. But give me a reason, and then I'll give you a rebuttal to the reason that you may give me. And most of them, the only thing they can come up with is because of Trump. I said, so you telling me that you want me to vote for this individual just solely based on because of Trump?
Mm, it's crazy.
Now don't get me wrong. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not an affiliate, a Trump supporter. I don't like Trump. And I don't agree with nothing, none of his policies or anything that he's dealt with or he's ever dealt with. But at the same time, that's not a reason for me to vote for Biden and Kamala solely based on because of Trump. When I know they're jacking the history.
It's fact. They always refer to the opposition, the opponent. That's the only thing they can give you. Or they do a little fear mongering.
That part.
You know, if you don't do this, it's going to happen. And nobody keeps their promise. It's like if you know the definition of insanity. It's the same thing over again.
Expected different results. Not gonna happen.
We're not going to get different results. Sometimes, I mean, you know, you got to slip the jab, brother, and counter. Hit you with the same jab. Are you serious?
Yes. Got to offset it. Counter. Yeah.
But they've been hitting us with the same jab since they allowed us, not necessarily allowed us, gave us the illusion that American politics benefited us, only affect us, don't benefit us. It affects us, but it don't benefit us. It always has affected us.
It affected us and it benefited us to a degree to be a better tool.
Well, that's middle.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah.
But check this out. Just to add to it, they broken every treaty as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We tapped on that a little bit earlier as we was building on
treaty.
Everything. Hey, I mean, name me one place that they ever went that they haven't raped, killed, murdered, ravaged, and took all the resources of the place. Name me one.
I can't.
Cannot.
Name me a place that they went to that they had uplifted and helped and had them strive without them wanting any ulterior motive in it.
Can't do that either.
Never.
Because when they go to your nation, they want something. Mm-hmm. It's a natural resource that they want. I don't care if it's sunflower seeds, they want it.
Yep.
Every place that they go to, they never leave. It's always, and you'll find that there's an embassy there.
Ooh, fact. Mm-hmm. Fact. Is there any embassies of other nations in America? I know it's a stupid question, but I just want to, throw that out there. America's everywhere, though. You know why? Because when they decide to go to war with people, all they do is just deploy. They just deploy.
They don't got embassies or nothing, but they do let the Asians make their Japtown, Chinatown, Koreatown.
Well, they have the UN.
That's all I can think of.
They have the UN. They have the UN, United Nations. Oh, yeah, so everybody can come in, but that's so they can be able to keep a close eye on the diplomats, quote unquote, the statesmen that come into their country. They know when they come and they know when they leave.
Right. Yes, sir. And there's nothing diplomatic about them. Let me tell you something. Gaddafi was here during Barack Obama's tenure as president. He was here in New York, and Obama shook his hand, knowing that they was gonna murder him. When soon he got murdered shortly after that. So when there's nothing united, United Nations, they're not united.
They're not united.
Damn. Just as united as the United States. Put it that way.
It's a corporation.
If the United States was united, every law would be the same. I can't carry a gun without a damn job on my permit, in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go to Ohio, I go to Pennsylvania, they got better gun laws, less strict gun laws. But I get a gun, but I can't carry it unless I have a carrier's permit with a job on it. There's no regular carrier's permit in New Jersey. You gotta have a job, armored cars, security, police, whatever. You can't carry a gun without a job on your permit in New Jersey. So how the United States united when they don't even adhere to the Constitution? The Constitution tells us that we have the right to bear arms, but how could you're gonna mandate a law that supersedes the Constitution? A state law over the national law? That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
State law is supposed to go under the umbrella. And New Jersey is one of the original 13 colonies.
Yep.
You're originally from New York, right, brother Chris?
Yes, sir. Queens, New York, Far Rockaway.
All right.
One of the original 13 colonies.
Yes, sir.
They don't want us to have nothing to defend ourselves. Why? Because if you have, they don't want it 50-50. They want to jump.
Of course not.
Yeah, they don't want a 50-50. They'll be definitely scared then.
Exactly. Because they're scared when we're unarmed. What they say when they shoot us in the back? I fear for my life. I fear for my life. A man running from you, and you're scared?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the brother might have been 5'2", but they seen 5 or 6 of them. And they all was 300 pounds, but he was 5'2", weighing $110.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how they do it. And they say, he was big and black. That's their favorite thing, big and black.
Oh,
and scary. It's scary looking.
He had dread.
Say, oh yeah, that's me. Even to say he had dreads, that's even scary.
Yep. Sometimes they don't be having weapons. Oh, what it appeared to be was something shiny and black hanging out of his pocket. What?
Yes, sir. I mean, our brother, Amadou Diallo, he was murdered for, pulling out his wallet. His wallet would, got him killed on his porch.
Another cornbread.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
Yeah, you know that movie?
Cornbread Earl and Me.
Yep. Old school. A lot of people don't know about that. A lot of people.
A young Lawrence Fishburne.
Yep.
Played in that. Yeah, brother. I mean, we've been dealing with that since the You good, brother Kyrie? You're muting your mic. Now we've been dealing with that as far as like race soldiers killing us since like 1990s, brother. We've been dealing with that. You know, a friend of mine, I talked to him. I talked to him the day before the Mike Tyson, Bruce Seldon fight. You're a little younger, but you remember that fight though, right? Mike Tyson and Bruce Seldon. Um, I talked to him the day of that fight. We were talking about that fight. It was myself, he, and my younger brother. And he got killed by one of the police officers in my town, in my city, the next day. Wow. Shot in the back. Shot in the back, brother. So we've been dealing with that a long time. We've been dealing with insurrection and lawlessness for the longest.
If they came over here. Pretty much.
You know, it's nothing new to us. With our 500-year-old enemy who delights in bloodshed, our bloodshed. But Brother Chris, do you think that the authorities aided and abetted in the lawlessness over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because, well, I mean, they had to. They let them in. Once you let people in to do whatever they come to do, and they do whatever they do, which was destroy government property. I mean, I thought that was a charge too. Like, I'm yeah. I mean, there's so many examples you can just from going off the clips and stuff. There's so many examples and stuff that you can see that they
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, to get that deep in the building was crazy. They actually went in where the Senate and the Congress were counting the votes. They got that far in. And that's not a part of the building where they allow tourists. They don't allow tourists in that area.
Brother, they was assisted.
How did they know?
They knew the lay of the land. They knew the lay of the land. Not only did they know the lay of the land, but those that are his supporters, it's like the Klansmen. The Klansmen have hoods on, but they don't have hoods on them. They're lawyers, judges, senators, the president.
You just gave me another Eureka moment, brother. You just gave me another Eureka moment, brother. Some of them jokers took off and came to the protest.
Yeah, they were lawyers, man. It is crazy.
That's why they knew.
They knew the lay of the land already. Hell, you had an officer that was moving barricades and was like, "This way, come on."
Yes, sir. So, in all actuality, they got a violent tour, huh?
Yeah.
Violent tour. Damn.
I just want to know, how did they know exactly where to go?
Brother Chris, they knew exactly where they were going. They already knew. The chick that got killed, right? was in the military.
You're right, right.
Yeah, I heard.
Posting on her site while she was in the military as a Trump supporter, talking about we going in on this particular day.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
It's not hard to figure this thing out. It's not hard to figure out. Because he is what America has been thinking for years.
Yes, sir.
And when he came into power and was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, what I'm going to do. All those that was asleep was like, yo, all right. We can do this now because now we have a commander-in-chief that's going to support us. And they was 100% correct because
yes, sir.
And if you look at this whole election, it lets you know how the country is so directly in the middle because the popular vote was so close.
Yes, sir.
So close.
Yep.
Showing you that this thing is right down the middle. And it can't be us because we don't make up the totality of the population. What they say, 13% of the population? Our 13% don't mean nothing. If it's almost directly down the middle, that means that majority of them is acting against each other.
So we just stand back and let that happen. We don't have to.
I told you I got my popcorn. I got my popcorn. I got a couple of flavors right now. I'm just waiting for Sting to take. Got some root beer, brother. Some root beer, cold, frosty root beer soda.
Yes, sir.
I got my IPA. I got my new pack. I'll be here viewing.
That's it. I'm sitting back and I'm gonna watch it take place and watch it happen.
Right.
Yes,
check
sir.
our home, do what we need to do on our home fronts, man. But that stuff out there, what they doing, that ain't my fight.
Ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with
That ain't
me.
my
Yes,
fight.
sir.
I'm cool.
And for those that believe that it's their fight and they believe in this type of in this democracy and things that's going on, they sadly mistake.
Yeah.
But you'll get slaughtered and wiped. They'll get slaughtered and wiped out right along with it.
Yeah. Yeah. They want to be so they want nearness and they want to be a part of the establishment so bad.
Yeah, it's a master we sick moment.
It's it's deadly to them. Like the young man who was a Trump supporter, who was he wasn't a Trump supporter. He was a Trump supporter, but he was pro-police, putting all those posts on his Facebook and his Twitter, and then the next day the police killed him in a traffic incident. And you know that it's crazy how some of us have to believe these people are the way they are by personal experiences. Instead of just when you see a brother or sister saying they are suffering, pain, having experienced the pain and suffering, we're supposed to believe that. But some of us have to be made believe. And we should feel our brothers and sisters' pain when we see them in pain. We should see we should feel it with them instead of having to experience it personally. But some of our people don't even care unless it's like really happening to us personally, because we don't believe it. But especially with our sojourn in America, brother, we should believe everything that we hear by these people. Everything. Besides, okay, they're on our side. We shouldn't believe that.
We've been so conditioned.
I don't care what Tim Wise and Jane Elliott say. I don't think they're on our side. They just orators. They fancy with their speech. They just fancy.
As long as what we believe in is non-threatening to them, then it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Because they always give you our good brother Dr. Martin Luther King before 67.
Michael.
Don't give you him after 65, 60, 66, when he was protesting against the Vietnam War. When he started coming to his eureka moment that he think he's integrating us into a house that's burnt.
Yes,
He
sir.
wanted to pull back and come out of that.
Yes, sir.
They want to keep you stuck on, I got a dream. I have a dream.
Yes, sir.
Oh, from Mikey?
Contact us in the content of our character. And that
Yes, sir.
we should all be able to get along like, Mr. Rodney King. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah, when he got out of as long as Dr. King was integrating restaurants and hotels and pool halls, he was no threat.
Bathrooms,
stuff like that. And some whites only pie, like on Life, it was a whites only pie. He was okay. But when he started, really, after he met the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the messenger made him see. And then he saw with his own eyes. These people are absolutely disagreeable to live with in peace. I'm integrating my people into a burning house.
Mm-hmm.
He seen that and said that.
Yes, sir. That's when he realized, he said he'd been to the mountaintop and he understood if he couldn't get there with his people. He understood then at that point that he may get taken out of this race because he knew that the elements of these races would come out. He knew that. And he knew now what he needed to preach was true salvation and revolution now. Not that he wasn't doing it, because he did decide it takes a brave man to sit there and constantly get battered and get beat and dogs sucked on you, sticked on you, and look, that's a lot of courage, man, to take that kind of punishment and then go out there and do it again and get hit again the next day with the same stuff. And if a dog is biting me, I ain't going back out there to get bit the next day. I'm going out there the next day with my pistol so I can shoot him.
Yes, sir.
He really believed nonviolence until he understood the first law.
Yes, sir.
Self-preservation. The right to defend your doing stuff. When he understood that,
yes, sir,
then things started changing. He's like, I'm not telling my people to go over there and fight them, our brown brother in Vietnam. For what? They ain't did nothing. Mm-hmm. That's when they started wanted to kill him.
He had the same sentiment as Ali, brother.
That's right.
Same sentiment.
Ain't did nothing. He said, my oppressor is right here. Yeah, he said, my oppressor is right here in America. This is the one that got his foot on my neck. That's constantly telling me to do this and do that and beating me with Billy Club.
Yes,
you my oppressor.
Yes,
and once they understood that, that's when they moved to get rid of him and then wanted to try to scandalize and vilify him. Talking about all these different kind of illicit affairs and all this stuff, trying to kill his good work and kill his good name.
You can't call Dr. King a coward, though. Because when he knew what he was going into, and he went. How many people would go knowing what they're going into and still go? He was fearless.
Yeah.
Dr. King was fearless.
Yeah, and a young man at that.
He wasn't even 40 years old, brother.
Young man at that. Martin King was about what,
38 years old.
35, 36? Yeah.
38 when he died.
Mhm.
Something like that. 38.
Yeah, he didn't reach 40. 38, 39. Mhm.
Crazy.
That's the same with Malcolm and a lot of our great leaders. They try to peck
Yeah, 39. Something like that. 39. He had just turned 39 that January. He was born in 29. But he was fearless. He was not a coward.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. He was very intelligent, to be honest.
Yes.
Oh, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Smart.
Definitely.
Smart. Very smart.
He went to college with the white boys.
Yeah. What,
You
he
know, and
graduated
plus he
at like, what, 17, 16 years old, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
yes, sir.
Very
That's
young.
very
He did
highly
a
intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Highly
he
intelligent.
did a lot in his young life.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
He did.
See, but that's
You know,
that's the significance too, and the reason why they wanted to get rid of him before he turned 40. But you know what they say about when you turn 40, that's when you begin life and you
yes,
start
sir.
to mature and you start to understand and see certain things. They didn't want that thing to that catalyst of him, man, to pick up and snowball because then he would have had more people starting to grab it because he already had that magnetism already. Brilliant order. Malcolm the same way. Before the age of
Same
39,
age.
before the age of 40,
Same
39.
age. Yes,
They
sir.
didn't want them to come into what their mature states would be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they knew
Yes,
what they
sir.
were doing.
Yes, sir.
Knew exactly what they were doing.
And you know, especially with the statement that J. Edgar Hoover made, he had to stop the rise of a black messiah.
Absolutely. Gay
He
Hoover.
had to. Gay Edgar Hoover.
Yeah, Gay Hoover. Gay Hoover.
Oh man.
Him and his little
The
boy
man,
toy he had round up there, brother.
the man with the wearing the fucking garter belts.
Ah, brother.
Gay Edgar Hoover, brother.
Gay Edgar Hoover, yes, sir. Running around talking about what pantyhose should I put on, coffee or black. Yeah.
Mm. It's just crazy though, brother. For our people, we need to concentrate more on uniting as a people,
Yes,
pulling
sir.
our resources, pulling our resources. You know, the acronym of SOC, you know, securing our community,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, being soldiers on call, sharing our concerns, you know, sisters on call. We have to do everything in those acronyms of things we need most, brother.
Yes, sir.
We have
Yes,
to
sir.
bring them into fruition because our salvation, the key word is our.
Yes, sir.
We can expect our open and consistent enemy to contribute to our salvation. It's ours alone.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
No.
And we keep depending on, some of us keep depending on politicians like they're going to do it, though. They're not going to do that. It's our job. And if those of us who have families, brother, how could you not get up off your backside and stay strong, be strong and stay strong and unite with a like minds to accomplish you know, this goal of freeing our people. See, we had people who come before us who gave us what we needed to free us. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad teachings not only free your mind, but it can free you physically. You just have to implement those teachings and be steadfast with those teachings. So many people I've seen, I'm a witness to, that you see them back in the day, or you see them after they got the teachings, and you're looking at them, and you're smiling at them because you're like, wow, the message of teaching got somebody else handling their business as a man. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he takes a brother, regardless of how down that brother is. The next time you see that brother or that sister, and you look at them and they're glowing, not only in their physical appearance, they're glowing with their knowledge. They're handling business, they're taking care of families, they're just doing so many good things. And he's teaching us, if he doesn't say another word, he has said enough to get us to where we need to go. And for some of us to be so ungrateful to a man who has sacrificed over 65 years of his life trying to see his people free, it's criminal to me. I tell you this, Bruce Willis said, if he was a black man, there's no way in this world he wouldn't follow Farrakhan. Bruce Willis said that. And you got those who would get on social media and they would disrespect the minister. And they would talk derogatory about the minister and calling him other than what he is and who he is. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is our saving grace, whether people believe it or not, because everything that's taking place today, it just happened like not long after he said it. And those of us who don't want to accept the actual fact that this brother in Chicago, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, was sent here to bring us across. I don't understand what people's mind frames are. I'm not going to deny myself by thinking because I get a little knowledge that, because I get a little knowledge, I don't have to listen to this beautiful elder who just loved me He said that to me in person when he came to Plainfield. He said that to us. Remember that, Brother Kyrie?
Yes, sir.
He said that to me when I went into the general's house. And I will never forget that day. And before he said it to me, I knew he already did because of what he's done and what he's given me. And he's a patient brother. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is patient because he's been teaching some of the most ungrateful, hard-headed people on this planet. Because we need, when people talk about reparations, we've been damaged and we need to be repaired. A lot of time when people talk about reparations, the first thing they think about is money. Not thinking about the damage that was done to us in every other level.
Yes, sir.
You don't agree with the whole reparations thing?
I do. They owe us.
Mm-hmm.
They owe us. But what I'm saying is, they'll give us a little bit of trinket money, but leave us the hell alone. They won't do that.
Right.
When I say when I say reparations, I mean repair the damage that was done to our people. Even when we, like the other day, Brother Chris, when we were talking, and people always come to us asking us, can they help? Yes, you can help. Just leave us alone. That's how you can help us. Leave us alone. When we start establishing ourselves, they send people in to destroy what we build. We can repair the damage that they did to us. We can repair it. We have attempted to.
Yeah.
Yet they are so wicked, envious, jealous. They'll see us doing things like you'll take the Crips, the Bloods, the Panther Party, all these organizations in the city. They were organizations for the betterment of our people. They were made to be what they are today. By our enemy. They saw us doing these things. What did Gay Edgar Hoover say? Neutralize them. And they sent people in to neutralize our organizations. How they can help us is just leave us alone when we are trying to repair the damage that they have done to us. If left alone, and it's hard for them to leave us alone when we got some of us wanting nearness to them. Some of us can't do nothing unless we have them with us.
It's a shame.
And every time we make a step forward, it's some Negro and some cracker taking us backwards. So we didn't make no progress. We regressed. So if left alone, we'll handle our own business. Just got, you know, when people come trying to ask us, can they help? Say, leave us alone. We got this. Yet, next month is our Savior's Day. And inshallah, we'll receive further instructions. And
Yes, sir.
I look
Absolutely.
forward to it.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Wise man once told us it's only a wise person knows that how much he knows that he really knows nothing.
Yes,
We're
sir.
in search of knowledge and continue to build and constantly gain knowledge. And we'll be doing that right to the grave, from the cradle to the
Yes,
now,
sir.
brother, I've been a witness to everything that you just said, you talked about. Because if it wasn't for the teachings of the Most High coming taught to us now by our big brother, Father, and the one that's at the helm, who is a mercy and a warning to us all.
Yes, sir.
And inside of a warning, there's a lot of things that's wrapped up in there, but also inside the warning is a threat. Because once the warning is given, if you don't listen and adhere to the warning, what happens? And that means there's a chastisement that's coming along behind that because you didn't listen. But because he's here and still with us, that's mercy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mercy is being displayed right now amongst all of us. Because what we see that's taking place, he said back in 2020 in Savior's Day, the last Savior's Day that we were in, that the unraveling of the nation was going to start to take place. Very shortly after, this pandemic happened with this COVID-19 that we're still experiencing, going through right now, that took and brought everybody inside and indoors. And it made us get more conscious. We've been able to reach out and get in contact with our brother Chris. We've been and reached out and got in contact with other brothers, man, social media platforms, and we're starting to discuss and talk more and more about us reconnecting with ourselves at the same time connecting with the family inside. A lot of relationships are mending and getting stronger, and some are being totally broken because they never should have been in the first place.
Yes, sir.
Things are building, and if you're taking this time to do it, you're being purged into recognizing who you are. And as you was just saying, beloved, if we were left alone, that God ability that's inside of us would allow us, man, to overcome a whole lot of things, because we done killed that God or that Christ or that what they call the self-accusing spirit. We've drowned it out because of all the things that we have to go through. You got to get up, you got to go to work, you got to go to school, you got to come back. You ain't got enough money to make the bills get paid or meet. So you're so busy into everything else that you took all focus off of you, all focus off of your loved ones, all focus off of the things that are around you that are most necessary. So the God created everything that's taking place right now. And as we always say, scripturally speaking, the devil plan and man's plan, but a lot of God plans, and for surely they are the best. God is the best of plans.
Yes, sir.
Doing your thing and, you know, thinking everything is all right. He's got a plan that's happening too. And this plan that's taking place is making us, man, recognize ourselves. And it's making us get more back internally, man, with our teachers, man. That's been given to us.
Yes, sir.
So we got the blueprint on taking care of all of this. We just got to go ahead and put it into, we have to be practical with it and put it into application. We have to apply it.
Yes.
We can't be speakers and quotologists. We got to be doers of this. And because we're getting together now, this is the first process. Because the first process, he said, be. It's a spoken word. He said, be, and it is. He just first said, be. It's spoken first. And then it becomes manifest. You start doing things to make that thing come into fruition. So this is where we're at now. We're trying to connect.
Yes, sir.
You gotta be diligent, brother. You gotta be strong. You have to be steadfast. On the back of that fasting, because I don't want to go too long into this. I know we've been up here for a minute now. But at the same time, brother, fast. Fast. Pray. Do these things.
Yes,
and I
sir.
guarantee you that your third eye will start to open up and increase even more and connect you to that inner being that's inside of yourself that'll guide you in a direction, man, that can help you, help us get this thing, man, the way that we need it to be. Because we got to stop depending on all those, man, that's out there and worried about this all insurrection stuff, man. This is all the stuff that they create. Everything that they made, this is it. What we got to do is worry about where we going after this.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing after this?
Yes, sir.
Because the whole thing is self-preservation. If we was the first ones that's on the planet, we're going to be the last ones that's on this planet. When they're done and gone away with, what are we going to have?
Yes, sir.
We need to build and make that right now, man. I got grandchildren. I got one in the background. You know what his name is now.
Yes, sir.
Messiah back there doing his thing. That's his name. Now his mama gave him that name, not because I told her to, but that's what his mama gave him. She said, I want to give him a name that means something, and let me think of something. And she came up with Messiah.
Yes, sir.
I know what I got here. I know what I got here. So I know on my job. My job is to be a protector, a maintainer, a provider, and more so a producer.
Yes, sir.
I got to produce something, man, for them. I got to produce something, man, for Chris Cyphers that he can go ahead and give down to them and bring them up because he's coming behind us now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We've already passed noon time of our lives, brother. We in the evening right now.
Yes, sir. I mean,
of course, I'm planning on living to about 150, 160, but
yes, sir.
our brother, we teeter-tottering a little bit past noon.
Our brother is on his way. He's coming behind us, so we have to welcome him first. We have to welcome him, and we got to work with him.
Absolutely.
We got to work with him. You know what I'm saying? And as long as I'm here, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do, brother. We're protectors of our brothers.
Absolutely. I want to accommodate him as best I could, brother.
Yes, sir. And once we are not here again, we want to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, this brother here is, he got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Based on the conversations, we good.
We good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
based
sir.
on the mindset conversation, we good.
Want to make sure, man, that everything that I have and I got that's exposed to me, he got it at his foot.
Yes, sir.
Same thing
Whatever he got, and whatever he got for me that I can get, because hey, look, knowledge come out of the mouth of babes, bro.
Same thing, yeah.
You know
It's
what I'm
like,
saying? Come out of man. Look. I learned from Messiah all the time.
mm-hmm,
I learned from my 11 and 10-year-old all the time.
mm-hmm.
Learn from my 20 and 30-year-olds all the time. Man, look,
Yes, sir.
knowledge is infinite, brother.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think, man, I know something. And I mean, the first time it was, you gotta know. It takes a wise man to know how much he knows that he knows nothing.
Yes, sir. Strange how much you gotta know, brother, to realize you know nothing.
Absolutely nothing, brother.
Right.
That's
And
what
the
our
same
sister said, right?
same thing like with us though. You know, we gotta work with y'all while y'all here. So you
Oh,
know,
brother.
we got to work with each other. You know, we at this point we got to be each other resources. You know, and that's
Yes,
what I
sir.
try to provide. You know, to the fam. You know, to my
Yes, sir.
brothers, my sisters, and I stand firm on that. So you know, whatever I got to provide is at y'all feet still at this point. So
Yes,
Brother,
sir.
you being here right now is a blessing.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. I mean, because you know, you all are why we doing it. Because we were young soldiers at one time. I've been knowing this brother phew, decades, more than four.
mm,
We more than 4 decades. We were little bitty somethings. Our fathers
Yes,
were friends. So, you know, so that's how long I've been knowing this brother. And
that's nice.
you brothers are coming behind us, and you brothers are why we do it. Our young brothers and sisters is why we do it and why we have done it, because we have to make this world a better place for our children, brother, because we're not promised to, we can't protect them. We can only protect them while we're here. So we got to give them resources to enable them. We have to. Some people come here and they just exist. They don't do nothing. They don't do a damn thing. And then all of a sudden they're gone. Didn't even contribute. Like the brother I was speaking to the other day on your platform, brother Chris, the
Mm-hmm.
brother from Philly. His sentiment, his mindset is beautiful. He want to leave something for his children.
Oh yeah, Leo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, generational wealth, brother. Even if it's not monetary,
yes, sir.
that young brother or sister can make it monetary by the jewels that you give him or her.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine, brother? Jay-Z grew up in Marcy Projects. His mother worked all her life. And look at this brother now. From from saying rhymes and then making business deals.
Mm.
That's what he did. He rhymed and he made business deals. We all know his come up, what he did to come up. We all know that. He said it. But you need to consider the talk that he had with somebody. Somebody talked to him. I don't care if it was, you know, in his sleep. Somebody talked to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Somebody talked to him. Because you just don't, you know, you just don't do, nobody just don't do that unless they had some type of talk.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to encourage and give our young brothers and sisters those same type of jewels that will enable them to suffice in our absence. That's why our beloved minister has been doing what he's been doing for so long, because he wants to enable us in his absence.
I love learning.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Brother, he well equipped us too.
Well equipped us.
Well equipped, brother, with everything that he has, brother. Everything that he has placed before our feet. We're well equipped.
All we have to do is implement it.
Yeah. And there's levels
That's it.
to it.
Yes, sir.
Levels to
Yes,
it,
sir.
brother. It's so deep. Thing is deep. But when you talk about a people, man, go back 76 trillion years, man, that's not lightweight.
No,
Right.
no, not. No, it's not.
You talking about our ancestors, man, that created pyramids, talking about different places, man, all these other places and other things, man, that we are responsible for.
Yes, sir.
God bodies. This is what we're responsible for.
Yes, sir.
Just imagine that we was taken away from that. Now we're taken away from it. For us to re-enter and to tap back into that,
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
so much to uncover, and so deep that this thing gets. We haven't even scratched the surface.
Yes, sir.
You know, the messenger told us that the fall of America is imminent.
It's imminent.
It's gonna happen,
Yes,
but
sir.
because it falls, don't mean that the world stops.
Exactly.
It's something
People,
else that's gonna come in its place that's gonna reign supreme. And if they can't get it right, then somebody will come
yes,
in
sir.
there. Because every
Yes, sir.
nation has a turn.
And the nation, in order for it to remain, it has to justify its existence, or it's going to be doomed like the other nations in the past that did not justify its existence.
Right. And that's based
And
in accordance, man, to its righteousness.
yes, sir. Now, as far as this nation, it has had grace periods,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so rebellious and disagreeable and arrogant because of, of course, the military might and all that nonsense. Yet you see what unfolded. And that's what's going to have to happen. That's what's going on. It's going to destroy itself.
Yep.
It's going to destroy itself. And I'm not one. I'm not one to even consider getting involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit back and watch it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And as our messenger told us, we shouldn't pray for the great and dreadful day that's upon us now. We shouldn't pray for that, and we shouldn't actually, rush that into fruition.
Yes, sir.
Yet we cannot stop it from happening. And whatever the Lord of the worlds would set forth and put in motion, whether I agree or not, it's going to happen.
Fact.
And I would just try to be on the right side of that. So
Yes, sir.
if these people are going to destroy themselves, I'm going to get me some pretzel bites, brother.
Look,
and some cheese and and watch it.
Right.
You know, the wife made a nice strawberry, Dunkin' Hines over here, bro. Got a little bit of vanilla Haagen-Dazs, you know, with the cream cheese icing. Like, man, look,
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna sit back and watch it, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. As
I
it
had no part,
unfolds, brother,
brother.
it's
I
like
had
watching
no
a
part.
fight. It's like watching a fight. I'm gonna get one. I don't care who get knocked out.
Yeah, be like, man, he's a sucker for that right hand. He keep dipping to the left to get punched with. Such
Yep.
an idiot.
The white guy's gonna lose, and the white guy's gonna win.
Right.
I hope they
But
both
they
lose.
both
I hope
gonna
they both
lose. I
fall
just
up,
hope.
knock
You
each
know what I
knock
want,
each
brother?
other out.
I want them to walk 10 paces and turn and draw.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Good
sir.
old school showdown.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
it,
sir.
bro. No, brother.
That's what
They can both be like Thelma and Louise, brother, and just drive off the damn canyon
Yep.
together. Just
That
go ahead,
part.
just get it over with. Ain't no need to you don't need
Yes,
to
sir.
hold on. Just drive off the cliff.
Neither one of them know the leg, right, brother?
I'm trying to tell you, either one.
Neither one of them know the ledge. Just drive over. Don't look first. Just jump.
Just go.
That's it. I mean, you know, because they know that the time is very short and they're doing everything to try to coerce, try to invite, try to now all of a sudden intimidation is great.
Yeah. Interracial rape. I
Because,
mean,
yeah, brother.
you know,
They know this day is close. They know the day is close.
Till was killed, brother, over a lie.
Mm-hmm.
And now, what the messenger said, the last trip they would try to give us their woman.
The woman. Yes, sir.
He said that, and that and the other thing, I'm not gonna speak of. They love taking snatch of people's channels if you say something about that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I want to know.
You just said it too, brother Chris. Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah,
You
you
said
start
it.
saying that, bro. Yeah.
You can't talk about that, brother. They'll
Yeah.
snatch
Yeah.
it.
Our brother president was, you know, he was the co he was a co-component. He was a co-component for that, you know.
Yes, sir.
That thing came into existence, but that's what they call him, right?
The abomination, right? Under Obama.
Oh.
They call him, you know, you know, because people were starting to look. They was looking on social media trying to find out. They was giving him that name, trying to see what kind of validity it might have had to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They didn't understand that, but they didn't understand it was colloquial language. they was using, they was using deceptive language.
Yes.
Hey, it is what it is.
Worst case scenario, talking in codes.
Yeah, of course.
Case scenario. But they can keep their lifestyle. Well, their styles.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad enough, brother. It's bad enough when you put the channel up. They send you right to a music group.
Yes, sir.
Or they
Yes,
send you
sir.
to.
You can't watch nothing today, brother. Everything has those connotations. Every single commercial, brother.
Yeah.
Has those connotations in it. A commercial, brother. And I'm like, wow, you cannot escape this. Can't escape it.
Logo.
They added it to my favorite program. They added it to Power, bro. I'm like, my God.
Yeah.
They added that to book too, brother. I'm like, whoa, come on, man.
Brother, you know they was gonna do it. You knew they was gonna do it.
Probably pressured into it.
You know who the writers are, the producers, the writers.
Yeah. You
You
know,
know what
stars. It's on stars, brother.
we talking a little too much on that because you know they.
Stars spelled backwards rats.
Yeah, yes sir,
Yep.
yes sir.
So
Gave him too much of a sound bite, man. You know what I mean?
yeah. I didn't say it though, so they can't even say I said it.
We ain't said nothing. Now they
I'm
gonna
not gonna
come
call
up with.
you.
Ah,
I'm not gonna do the Corey over.
no sir, no sir.
Emphasis, bro. I'm not gonna do that
Yeah, brother, drag it out.
because they already,
Yeah,
you know, taking our channel and making videos age appropriate without us doing it and taking some of our videos down. So
yeah,
we'll say something outlandish in March. Put it that way. When the strike
yeah,
is expired.
yeah. We still public.
Oh.
When the strike expire, we'll say something crazy then.
Yeah,
All right.
but we still public, bro.
Yeah, the enemy is public.
That's right.
Yep.
The enemy is public, brother.
And yeah, he's still gonna be
And
public then.
they're getting more and more, you know, strict, not necessarily strict. It's just straight up censoring us, don't want us to say nothing about nothing. They just want us to capitulate, agree with them, regardless of how we do research and find them in their lies and they're wrong. They just want us to go with what they say and just, you know, surrender our whole being to them. You know, like you talked about earlier, brother, about our personal real estate, you know,
Mhm.
the right that we have, the only rights that we have that's ours exclusively, you know, our minds and our right to defend ourselves. And they don't even want us to do that, even on not necessarily a physical level. They don't want us to do that at all. Like when we say we're not going to do something, they think that's wrong. When we say we're not going to do something that pertains to our own well-being.
Hmm.
Okay, when you don't have no credibility, why do you get mad if people don't believe you? When you know damn well you don't have no credibility, you never did.
You salute Messiah. All right, they salute you back. All right, all right.
How you gonna have, you know, it's like you get an untrustworthy person mad at you because you don't trust them.
Hmm.
How you gonna do that? You know you
You know,
can't be trusted. You mad because we don't trust you.
you know why, right? Trump.
Yeah. Trump. Trump.
Everything
Brother
because of
Chris,
There.
I appreciate you coming through, brother.
Anytime. Anytime.
You know,
yes,
we're
sir.
gonna try to do this more often. We're gonna definitely work on getting better at it. We're gonna have subject matter that's going to raise the conscious level of our people. We're gonna study what we're gonna speak about. That's what we're gonna do. You know, brother Kyrie has a series he's gonna be doing on both channels, the Think channel and the Enemy's Public channel. That I look forward to. You know, and
Me too.
That's what we're going to be doing, and we're going to have other guests on too. I want to make it a network. You know what I'm saying? Of brothers that's contributing. You know, Brother Kyrie is, co-partnering with me in this venture, but we have some ideas we're going to speak about, and any brothers with some information, brother Chris, get in touch with myself or brother Kyrie, and we'll bring them on. And
Most definitely.
we want people to contribute to the network.
Okay, say less.
I look forward to this series brother Kyrie's going to be doing. I look forward to it. It's going to be. Hopefully, we'll be able to do more than one episode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, man. Trump, bro. Trump.
Hopefully, with these people, taking us off everything we say,
Oh, man,
But we're going to digress now, and we'll be back soon to do another broadcast. And Brother Kyrie, do you have anything to say in closing?
No, sir, brother. I just I enjoyed my time stopping up
Yes,
with
sir.
brother Chris. So happy to meet your acquaintance, big brother. Look forward to speaking with you and connecting with you on your channel as well. It's been a pleasure, brother. It's elated, man, being a present. Beautiful.
Brother Chris, do you have anything to say in closing?
Not much, but thank you for having me on your show. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys as well. Nice meeting you, bro. Kyrie, salute to you, and I'll be looking forward to your build as well. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see each other around here, and hey, let's make let's make music,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir. Well, in parting, this is the Enemy's Public. I am Brother Nasir.
I'm Brother Kyrie.
And I'm Chris Cyphers.
Peace and blessings. Like, share, and subscribe. Salute.
Sir.
Salute.